So, okay, I will start. So, I think Hemant, you can go on
Yeah,
mute.
hi.
Hemant. Yeah, hi, Hemant.
Oh,
Hope you are ready, right? Else you need some
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, hi, Jansi, Hemant. Good morning. So, today I will just share you that tracking of fields, right? Yesterday we were validating. So, that is more like whatever we have used on regular expressions, but we can add our own fields. I'm sharing my screen, and later I shared some couple of interview based questions also yesterday. Did you get a chance to go through them? And scenario based questions I captured and I shared in WhatsApp, it seems, right? Yesterday.
No, Abdul, I didn't get a chance. I can do in the weekend something.
Yes, this is very vast Splunk, right? Unless until we won't do some practice, right? It's very hard to understand. We need to spend at least 3 to 4 days to 3 to 4 hours daily. Like if we want to mastering in a Splunk, so we'll show you quickly, and I have captured few more interview-based questions. We'll discuss them as well, and I will give you couple of things. So I will take just this is the simple example. You can explore more how we can add the fields. So, like some of the time in this, right? Like again, I'm saying main basic things, like advanced things are very like as it's a Splunk is very vast. We could come across the requirement or situation based on that we can explore. But to explore that as well, right? We need to understand at least this screen what actually we are doing, and most of them, right? It will be depends on this screen only, as you say, right? The selected field, this is the important fields, and so whatever we want we can add here, and these are the fields like it will give. And even we can go from here as well, like if we want to check actions, what are actions, what are hosts, what are jsession ids, source type, and like there are extracting fields also, right? Like this one is a very much important. So like before as I said, right, everything whenever you are working on Splunk, you should understand your requirement first, like what you want to extract. Sometimes like I'm just giving one example. I might not see this IP in the my important fields, or else this URL I want to like capture in a like interesting extracting fields. So whatever the fields we have, right? So if I take this one, so it will give like all our sample logs, right? Then I can go to this, like which one, like you want to regular expression or you want to delimiter. You should understand this part. So correct. So so we should understand, right, what we want. Like yesterday I did this, so you can add this one, and you can go to the next selected fields, and this one actually yesterday I have extracted these fields, that's why it is not coming. We need to come here extracting the new fields, and whatever you want, right? You can select method, this one. Select fields, why it is not coming here? This is coming, right? Those are already selected, that's why it's not giving. I'm just selecting this one. So URL. I will put this in a new URL. So I can add this to extraction. Okay. This is new URL is the new field. And this is the value, whatever I want to select it, right? I am just selecting it. And 1 second, I didn't select it properly. See, you can select this URL and you can put a new URL. Okay. And you need to add to extraction. Aja, correct. So new URL it is coming right here, like whatever the edit selection, and I can validate as well. Yeah, it is coming. And like I selected whatever we want. So we can select this, and this is extract name, whatever I can, and I will check the apps, whatever the permissions, who can access this. I can put this is the only one event, and a regular expression also it is giving. See, like whatever we used to create, right? That is entirely it will put it in regular expression and finish. Chalo. So like whatever we want, right? Just now I have created, and now we can go. Even we can edit again. New URL, right? We have created. So yeah. So all time new URL. It should come actually. Yesterday I did for new date. So whatever I have captured and a new IP as well. New URL, like it should come. So likewise, like some issue with the my thing. 1 second. See, if I want in this field, right, to display, it will come. So this is the process, like whatever we want to extract, right? We need to like add that. It's like we need to come here, and we need to understand what actually like our requirement is, and just we need to select the string whatever we want, and I'm just selecting, and whatever the text, right? You can click on select like next, and you can select whatever you want, like for example, so we need this is some simple log, like I want to do this j session id. Sometimes it's not coming. Yeah.
Abdul, I can create it in search itself, right? Using regular expression.
Yeah,
Why
we
I
can
need
create.
this?
Yeah, we can create. This is advanced concepts. Advanced. Like sometimes, right? We need to like extract this from our end. Like we can create from regular expression itself. So this is I like as yesterday asked, right? So I would like to show this one. I explored this. It is very interesting one. That's what I am like explaining. So we can see this field in left panel, right? That's what we can create. And I didn't change anything in the J session ID, right? It will J session ID. So it is coming here, like J session ID, new J session ID. So it will fetch. Uh, Hemant, you are correct. Like we can extract from regular expression as well. But so I am just like exploring this part. to. I am also very much interested. That's why I'm exploring from my end. किधर गया? It will come. I think you understood, right? Like these are the steps we need to follow for extracting any field, and we can validate whatever the fields we have validated created, right, on a left hand side panel. Like whatever we did on a regular expressions, right? That will very like helpful very. So on top of it, right, if you want to do with this extractions, and if you want to put like those fields on your interest fields column, then you can come here.
Where it will, that new extracted will IFX will say
It
what
will,
it will be along with index or source, or where it will be.
will be indexing, like it will store. This is
See, if I
interesting fields, right? One second. 1 second. It will save along with this, like whatever the default fields you are seeing here, right? Hmm. Okay. So how these fields are coming, Hemant?
through index,
Not index.
index.
These are interesting fields.
No,
So
whatever fields we are getting, those are aligned with the index. When we are searching for that index,
those are aligned with the index, and this the fields, right? Like Splunk will
interesting field
store.
and selected field, these are defined by Splunk. Whatever used for aggregation summaries, most
Correct.
used will be coming as interesting fields, and some other will be there.
So this is okay. Yeah, like it will store in like field values, and it will show us here, Hemant. Like this is appending with existing field values, right? Whatever you are saying for this source type, it will map what for which source type we have created, like for this source type, and it will add few more interesting fields. Like yeah, it will index based on this. So already it is the indexed one, right? It's already indexed one based on the source, and it will like what this is extracting field, right? We are adding like for easy, like for evaluation purpose, like a new session id I have added. So this will
If I
from here
change
it's,
my
yeah.
if I change my source file, does it impact my
Huh. New like if I change, right, this session id won't come.
no, as of now, we added data from that source. Target, tutorial data.zip. From there, we added this data. If I
Yes.
update that source file, does this search or report will be impacting?
I think interesting fields will be affected.
You want to update this source file, log file
Yes. If
from
I
source
update that
itself.
log file,
Hmm.
does this search or report whatever I created that will impact or not?
That like Hemant, like if you are removing JSession ID, and these are only like what we can say, right? Static one. So this is it will like automatically Splunk will read your log file, and it will generate. These things are not like whenever your log contains URI, then only it will put this URI here, right? And status, like whatever the fields you are giving, those fields itself you are like you could see here. If you are updating your source file, right, definitely, right, it will again validate, and it will show the interesting fields based on
But
your source file. Yeah.
we added only the file, right? We haven't taken the path. That file data will be stored in Splunk. From there, it is fetching the data, right? No, I am not sure. I am just asking.
Two things. I understood your question, right? This whatever the data we are seeing here, like this is tutorial data means, yeah, we have been injected, and whatever the data we are updating from add data, right? That data itself, it will show and it will store in DB. It's not dynamically, it will like update. If you want, if you say, if you are doing some changes in data, right? It won't affect here directly, Hemant.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is different. Like I understood, like whatever you are, there is a totally different concept and not different concepts, right? That is whenever we want to do some changes in code, and that will like update whenever the value, like the I don't think Splunk will that one. So whatever the one thing, good question. If you have the data and like if you are pushing so like there is a concept, not only Splunk, right? Like whatever the source you are giving, if you stream that data to the destination, you like by using notification mechanism. Do you know Kafka? Anyone? Jansi?
Popcorn?
Kafka.
No.
Hmm. So, like whatever Hemant asked, right? I will give very high level. You are asked, right? So data streaming, Hemant, whatever the question you asked, that is called data streaming. So not only Splunk, if there are one source and one destination is there, right? So whenever you are changing something in the source, like if you want to update dynamically in the destination, right? There is a mechanism called Kafka. Just to remember, and if
No,
you
then if
get a,
we use forwarders, forwarder will update the data in a frequent time, right?
that is also will update, but the forwarder, when we use whenever you are adding external system, but we are just uploading these files, right? It will store in Splunk DB. So what? Yeah, this is also right. Like whenever you are configuring this Splunk with GCP, I told, right, Hemant. So that time the real time data will you can see the impact with the real time data. So you are forwarding logs from your GCP or Azure or like AWS, right? It will fetch the logs from stock driver, and it will pub mechanism, publisher and subscriber mechanism. Even in Splunk also we will use GCP, will use pub sub. Have you heard anything anytime this one? So it will publish the data. Hemant, I understood your question, and this is the one, like it will update. Like if you are using the source as any cloud environment and you are doing some modifications, right? If you publish the data, and these Splunk receivers will receive the data, and it will update accordingly whatever the changes you are made. So whatever we are doing, right? We are uploading the text file or else CSV file. We are not like dynamically changing, and we are not integrating this pub sub. It should have pub sub. Pub sub, you know, right? Or else just explore this. What is pub sub? Publisher, right? Whenever you do some changes, it will no push the notification. I did the changes, and there will be some receivers from this Splunk, and it will fetch those changes, and it will update in the respective fields. That concept called PubSub, and we will use mostly Kafka. Kafka is a notification mechanism tool. Kafka is a tool. So whenever you integrate with that, right, definitely, like whatever the changes you are doing dynamically in a cloud environment, it will push, and even we can restrict what changes we can push, how much we can push, all those stuff. So you can explore these things. Kafka and PubSub, you can come across this one. Forwarders and receivers, right? So whenever you are integrated with the external system, and this will active, and you can see whatever the changes you made, Hemant. And a few more interview questions I captured. So these are the basic one, like how you will answer. Your Splunk indexer is reaching its storage capacity due to the large volume of incoming data. How would you manage indexing to accommodate the growth of data while optimizing the storage usage? So for this, right, like whenever you come across with this kind of question, your Splunk indexer is reaching to, there is a concept in indexing. So in settings, when you go to indexes, right, so whatever the index you want, you can see the current size, maximum size, and from here you can like update whatever you want. 200, right, the max size of entire index. So you don't want the GB, right? So from here we can reduce the TS IDX files older than 7, like all you can control from here.
What about that buckets, Abdul? We will be having hot, cold, warm, right? How that will be pushed to those buckets in a time frame, or how it will be?
This one, hot, warm or cold bucket.
Yeah,
Yes.
even I have question on that one.
Hmm. This is dynamically, I think, I'm not sure, but this one, and we can control here as well. Max size of hot, warm or cold bucket. This is caching. So this one also you can put set up 1 GB or 1 TB, whatever you can. Entire index, like how much data integrity check we can enable for this question, right? This one, whatever I said, right? Max size of entire index, you can control from here, Hemant. The index is right. Whatever we want, we can come here and we can do the changes, modify based on our requirement, and you can select and you can update metrics. And one more thing, this is related to alert. So an important system metric exceeds the predefined threshold, and you need to create an alert in Splunk to notify the operation teams immediately. Can you explain this process? How you will answer, Hemant or Jansi?
We'll be having dashboards to monitor the size, all those things. Based on that, whenever it will reach some memory, we can have a alert by putting some condition.
Yeah,
Jansi?
based on the condition, we after triggering that one, we will receive an alert through an email.
Again, I will share the question, right? An important, this is important question, even I'll ask for so much time. An important system metrics exceed the predefined threshold, and you need to create an alert in Splunk to notify operation team immediately. Walk me through the process of setting up an alert. So question is clear, right? How you will answer? Then I will tell that. So what I am asking, right? I am giving you a like to set up an alert on based on some threshold. So how you will create the alert. So then what you should say, right? First of all, I will review the context behind the setting up of alert and threshold value which I need to set up. So that differs between like data to data, condition to condition, and errors to error. Like there will be some so many things. First, I will check whether these threshold values for like a response time, like a CPU utilization, right? What is the threshold values? I will check with the business, or else I will first define 70% or 80%. So I will try to generate the Splunk query based on the specific index, like whatever we are like checking, and I will generate the CPU utilization Splunk query, and I will use that Splunk query. I'll go to Splunk and click on search and alerts and monitoring, and I'll check new alert. I'll give the proper alert name, and I will put the search query, and I will put the threshold value as well, like the in the Splunk query itself, and I will generate the notification mechanism. In notification mechanism, we need to understand, we need to take whether the SMTP, I explained, right? This also you can highlight that. For notification mechanism, we will mostly it depends on email. I will check whether whatever the organization we have, that is enabled SMTP host or not. Then if it is a host, I will take the like organization's SMTP host value. I will create a username and password, whatever they have been given. I will update, and and first I will set up the server host which I need to send to the email ID. Then I will identify the stakeholders. You can use the stakeholder name as well, and I will identify the stakeholders, and while creating the alert, I will give the action, like whenever this alert like whenever this condition met in action, I will give the respective stakeholders email IDs, and I will save that alert. Likewise, you need to answer. 1 second, I'm getting. Likewise, right? Whatever we know, we just put it in a Splunk. You people also given good one, but not that one. You should just elaborate on that part. So this one, I think I want you can answer. You need to restrict access to sensitive data in Splunk based on users, roles, and responsibilities. How would you implement a role-based access control in Splunk? Can someone answer? Hemant Jansi. No need to worry. So whatever you know, right, you can answer. You are doing you whatever you are answering. I will like help you to articulate in a better way. Role-based access we did, right, recently.
Yes, sir.
I'm not unmute only, right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah, you
What
can
is the
explain.
question about?
Question, right? You need to restrict access to sensitive data in Splunk based on users, roles, and responsibilities. So how would you implement like role-based access control in Splunk?
Anyhow, when we create a user roles based on their activity, in like based on their job functionality only, we will create a role and how they can access which index. When we filtering also, we restrict some of the access, right? So they are not able to access those files.
So can I help you to articulate in best way, Jansi?
Mhm.
So yeah, you are correct. So whatever you have explained, correct. That we can respect based on rules. So in this case, right, you need to highlight this one also. Least privileges. I told you right last time. Least privileges. So whenever these kind of requests come to us, we will check what is their role and how much important the access which are they are requesting. Based on the roles and responsibilities, I will create a couple of roles in the organization. For testing purpose, we will create test role, development role, and admin role, and we will assign some of the users to specific roles. This is clear, right? What you should start I will prefer least privileges mechanism here. You can start with that. If you say that least privileges, you understood, right? John C. Hemant,
Yes, sir. Abdul, I have one question.
you can.
Yeah, when we are restricting the data to users, what level we can restrict? At index level or field level or within the field data level?
Oh, everything. Whatever you ask, right? Everything. If you create a role, right, then you can come across index level, source level, restrictions we saw, right?
No. Within the index, if I restrict the index, he cannot see any field. If I restrict at the field level, he can see some fields, but some fields are not PII, so I can expose them to end user or anybody. Apart
Mm,
from that, within the field, that field is not a PII, but field value. Say I have some South Korea. South Korea is a restricted data. I can expose complete index and the field also, country field also, and other data. When country comes as South Korea, then I need to restrict that data. So is it possible to do at that level?
Here itself we have. Yes, we can check. So here
And
we have.
even we can use as a mask data, like we can restrict first four digits or last four digits of the data
This
as
one,
a risk.
here we have Hemant restriction. Like in a role itself, we can put a
These
whatever.
are all at index level, right?
Uh,
This index completely will be restricted to those roles or whoever mapped to that role. But my requirement is I will show the index. Only say profit. I don't want to show profit to some users. Some users, I
That's
don't want to show the profit of
I
South Korea.
understood. I understood. But like this is totally whenever you are I think I understood your question. But this whatever I am asking, right? This is a role based role, right? Whatever role you are defining for those role, whatever the restrictions, right? You can put from here, Hemant. This is
Okay.
these restrictions from role side. Even for that role, like from here you can select. For example, which one you want to take. We can experiment that. For example, let's
Got
see.
you, got you.
Yeah.
Here
Source
I
type.
can select select the index. After that, in filter criteria, I can give my search query to filter required data. Or, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll explore. Thanks.
Cool. Good. So, like this is right based on situation. Like this Splunk is vast, and no one it's not like that. I know entire thing and you know entire thing. You can explore, and you can do some you are getting good doubts, Hemant, and explore these things. This is also I didn't think in the index level restrictions, like field level restrictions. I never experienced, but you can do some activities along with that. And this is one like whenever this is very much important. So whenever you come across with any questions on the roles, right, you can highlight like from capabilities, and you can mention the indexes, and you can mention the restrictions, and you can mention the resources, and by this we can create the role. And like whenever we are coming to the user, right, for that user, while we are creating which role is suitable, I will create the name and like a full name, and even these things, right, you can whatever you practice, right, there is a assigned role concept is there, from where I can assign to that role to respective user. They will ask this one also, like how you will assign, like how you can create the new user, can you just navigate me the steps. Then you can say, yeah, I have, like if you see in settings that there will be some users and authentication, in that we can go with the users, we can create a new users, and like in the new user, we need to give the full name, password. So this password also very much important, this password validation also we can control. Sometimes you will be asked, right, is it possible to like control the passwords whatever we have created? Then you can say yes, like there is a built-in option which Splunk will give, we can control the password. So this is like a frequently asked question. This one and this one as well. Even I'll ask most of the interviews on role-based access control. So this one also on dashboard. Like your team needs to create a dashboard in Splunk to visualize performance metrics of web application, include response time, error rate, and throughput. How would you design and build this dashboard? So can someone explain? I think you people like practice dashboard I saw a lot many times, right? You can explain that part. Don't think like I am evaluating. I am just like helping you to answer in interview questions. If like most of the time, right, learning is different and articulating is the different. So make sure like whatever you learn these days, right, go through the sessions. I covered the more realistic way, and I covered the questions like I'll ask during interviews, and I covered like the questions I faced during the interviews. Like most of the time the regular expressions we discussed, right, that will like play a major role, and like a performance dashboard, right, dash lights, you should understand the requirement. Now Hemant asked me now, like Abdul, how you can like restrict the field. At first glance I didn't get what actually, so I thought of directly index, and then you explained, right, this is a field actually I'm expecting. Yeah, I can do that, and I did, right. Similar way, like you should not be more hurry, like in a real time you will be getting ample of time to take the decision, but be clear what role you are playing again. And like if you are playing a user role, right, you should like these things whatever we have discussed, like creating Splunk queries, regular expressions, practice more and more, and even there is a utility, right, don't just copy and paste, type it, and you can take pen and paper and you can write, and you can like just understood what actually digit actually space and backslash and front slash and the raw and the fields and how we are extracting the fields. So regular expression is very much important, and what is the customer need, that is also very much important. If customer ask like fetch the user details, if we are fetching their like even this one also very much passwords, right. So that is also sensitive data. We should like whenever you are pushing logs, right, you should see any sensitive data is like coming or not. As just now like Iman said, credit card details, right, sometimes logging whatever we can log, right, so if I card details dot log, if I put that log in a application, entire card details will come in the logs, then that is a big security breach, and if something goes wrong, right, the entire system will be like a scrap. That's why we need to make sure we should even this is one of the key thing in while we are validating logs, we used to see this loyalty IDs, right, in logs as well. So immediately we highlighted that these loyalty IDs are very much confidential. It should not come. Then they masking, a development team masked them, and they again sent those IDs to Splunk. I even I will give one real time example where I faced recently. So whenever development team, if you get the chance to check with the development team, right? So data ingestion is very much important, and you should highlight them. Whenever you are writing some methods, you are calling some object, make sure those whatever the loggings they are pushing to Splunk, right? It should be very concise and it should be very informative. Not entire thing we should not push to a Splunk. Net, right? Not only Splunk, Datadog and New Relic, whatever the observability tools are there, right? They will charge based on the data ingestion, like data ingestion. Data ingestion also will play major role while you are working in a any observability tool, not only Splunk, even Datadog. First decision, like customer will ask how much data it is ingestion to Splunk, and you can restrict. Like if you are using cloud environment, there will be so many options, right? Whatever the microservices, even while we are integrating Splunk, if we are getting a chance to check with the development team, you can ask them what microservices or what features you want to be there in Splunk. Please send those features only. We don't want take everything into Splunk, and it will, first thing, it will cost more. Second thing, due to that data, the based on our setup, if it is beyond that, right, the Splunk becomes slow. And whoever using this Splunk, right, we should make sure they should write some proper filtering. You should not do index is equal to star dot star, yeah, Splunk. Immediately you will get a call from infrastructure team. If you are having a lot of enterprise data, and if you put all time, and if you put index is equal to star dot star, right, uh, it will impact entire Splunk server, and it will make entire Splunk to goes down. And if you due to that long running queries, even that Splunk will cost more. So those whoever using the Splunk, right, make sure they should, as the admin, if you are going as an admin, if you are providing an access, make sure they should, whoever using the Splunk, they should know very well on running the Splunk, at least basic understanding. They should not experiment. Even we should not experiment anything on a production Splunk. Even the servers, experimenting, you can make your role. Like if you have been given as a Splunk admin role, Splunk user role, and you have that requirement, right, you can do, but you should not do any trial and error, guys. Like you can do this free Splunk, and you can practice whatever you want, but production system, and this is a totally external system, and we need to understand GDPR, right? Compliances also. Just now Hemant told, right? And data you want to restrict from some of the countries. This data should not visible for. I am using another country, and I am using Europe data. There are GDPR compliances where you can restrict that. So you should understand that well. As this is very complicated role and very easy. If we know everything, right, it will be very easy. It will be cookbook for us. But if you don't know anything, and if you try to experiment, right, it will blast everything. Even we did, right, even I created a alert, and I just put 1 minute, and every 1 minute it was triggered, and entire my Splunk was down for one day. And we need to troubleshoot, and we need to fix accordingly. So that's it from my end. And thank you so much, Jansi, Hemant, you people you never missed, I think, each and every class, and like